Hello everyone, what's up and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be the review on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is going to be my 2 weeks review of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Usually I'll be doing the 1 week review followed by the 1 month review followed by the 6 months and 12 months review. That is how usually I do my videos. The 12 months review usually doesn't happen 1 year or plus. It hasn't been happening. I've been really inconsistent about my tech and things have really been changing, and I haven't been properly using a phone for 1 year for me to actually do a review. But of course, this time we'll definitely be doing the 1 year review. Everyone wondering why am I doing a weird 2 weeks review? Because usually it'll be a 1 week review followed by 1 month, like I just said before. And the reason for that is I have really been doing intensive testing, as you have seen. So one more video that's yet to come, which will be out in a few days. And one of the reasons why I really spaced out the videos, because you would have seen I probably just posted about 3 videos in these 2 weeks of me using this phone. But these testings have been really going on intensively. And the main reason is I just wanted to space out my videos because I didn't want to post all the videos at the same time and then just push all the information out to all of you just all at once, because it just doesn't make sense. So without further ado, let's get started into this 2 weeks review of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Firstly, let's talk about the positives of this phone. This phone definitely feels much lighter than the previous models. The previous models that I've seen and used. Just like the iPhone 13 Pro Max or even the 12 Pro Max. This phone definitely feels much lighter than all that. Thanks to this titanium frame, it does really feel much lighter in hand. And the most important thing in this year's model of iPhones, the USB-C port right here. It might not really be a big deal, which it definitely isn't. Apple is like the last company to introduce USB-C to their phones, which is this year, and it's really slow. But of course, having USB-C on an iPhone is definitely very, very convenient. Thanks to USB-C right now, I can now charge both my iPhone and my Nothing phone on right here with the same cable. I don't have to go out and carry 2 different cables for my iPhone and for my Android Nothing phone one. I just have to carry around just one cable, just one USB-C cable and a power bank or a wall plug for me to just charge both my phones. Wired earphones are also really very convenient right now because I'm having the Apple EarPods right here, the wired earpiece, and I have the USB-C cable right here. And I can just plug it to my iPhone, and let's say I want to switch to my Nothing phone one, I can just take it and just plug it right in here. And I don't really have the hassle of carrying around a headphone jack to Lightning or headphone jack to USB-C cable, just so that I can use it with both my iPhone and my Android phone. Yep, you might be asking me who right now uses the wired earpods to listen to music. Everyone uses AirPods or some kind of wireless earphones to listen to music, which is definitely true. Sometimes when I talk on calls, when I go on public transport, when I go on calls, my calls really can't be heard or stuff like that. And to me, I just don't like using my phones to the ears and just talking on the phone. I don't really prefer that. So I'm someone who interchanges between my AirPods and my wired earpiece. This USB-C is probably the only positive that I can say about this iPhone 15 Pro Max, because everything else is just very mediocre. Everything in this phone is actually not much different from the previous models. Titanium is there, but titanium isn't really a big deal. Titanium doesn't really make much of a difference except making the phone lighter, so there isn't really much on titanium to talk about. But there's one thing that I can talk about in this, just about this natural titanium color. All of you would have known by now that natural titanium is the best color to get. For me, I wasn't really thinking about the best color to get because of fingerprint or smudges. I just thought the natural titanium would just match my Apple Watch Ultra, and that's the only reason why I got it. But now, after 2 weeks of using it, I realized that natural titanium is the color to go. Because as you can see here, I just took the phone out of the case right now just to make this video, and I've been touching this phone all this while without a case. And when I took it out of the case, I didn't use alcohol to wipe or clean this phone. I just took it out and I'm just starting to do this video, which I definitely wouldn't have been able to do in the blue titanium color or even in the iPhone 14 Pro Max with the stainless steel sides, which are definitely very easy to catch fingerprint. Those are just fingerprint magnets, and I definitely wouldn't have done it without a clean wipe before starting the video. And now, even after starting the video, after touching it so many times, I definitely would have had to clean it in between every clip that I shoot. But now with the titanium and the natural titanium color that I got, this phone definitely is not a fingerprint magnet, and I just love about it. Even when the Apple logo isn't picking up fingerprints, I'm touching it and it's not. So well, that's a good thing. I really want to talk about the screen quality and how good it was, because I want to really play HDR videos and show all of you the screen quality on this phone. Because when using it, comparing to the latest Android flagships or anything, I don't really see much of a difference in this phone. It's just the same as in all the previous models, probably the iPhone 13, 14 and the 15. So all just pretty much is the same. Gaming experience was also pretty mediocre. I was really expecting this phone to be a gaming phone. I'm not saying I want it to be like the ROG phone with the custom cooling, with having an inbuilt fan and having dual USB-C so that I can charge the phone and play. I'm not asking all that. I know this is a phone meant for normal usage. I know that, but I was really expecting to have a good cooling system, probably maybe something comfortable to play games with. I'm not really a hardcore gamer. I don't really game a lot on this phone. I do game a lot nowadays because just to test out the graphics and things like that. But other than that, I'm not really a hardcore gamer other than just a few games like Call of Duty or Genshin Impact. Those are probably one of the games that I play. I don't really have a bunch of games downloaded. But in the few games that I've played, I can definitely say that this phone is not a gaming phone at all. I was really thinking maybe I should do a gaming review just like how I did with S22 Ultra. Because sometimes I'll just play a battle royale match and the phone will just be scorching hot after I play. Sometimes you just need bare minimum amount of cooling for you to at least continue playing. Sometimes maybe after 2 or 3 games, I have to give this phone a break. And that might be either limitation in the graphics or the phone getting too hot or the battery just draining too much. Sometimes there will even be lagging and stuttering. I've seen this phone in ideal temperature lagging and stuttering. I don't really game much on this phone, but even in the small games that I play, like Call of Duty or maybe Genshin Impact, yeah, I know those are like all really graphics intensive games. Maybe Apple could have just improved the cooling system on here rather than talking about ray tracing and all that. Because ray tracing, yep, maybe I don't know if I be help or not because for me I don't really see a difference from this. So even my 13 mini, all I see maybe is just a bigger screen for me to play games comfortably. But other than that, I don't see any active cooling. iPhone is just not the type of phone that you want to game on for sure. But after getting this phone, I have definitely stopped gaming on my Nothing Phone 1, which usually used to be my gaming device when I was using my 13 mini. But I realized that was due to the phone being too small and the battery limitation. So there's no other difference from the 13 mini to the 15 Pro Max in the gaming. All I can say is there isn't any noticeable differences that you can see on this phone. Now onto the infamous heating issue on the 15 Pro Max. Yep, the 15 Pro and the Pro Max have been over the news, and I recently remember seeing this where the 15 Pro Max is flat, and then there's these 3 cameras which were turned into frying pans, and the power button here was removed to turn it into the stove indicator. Now, that was kind of funny. I'm not here to rant that my phone just gets too hot, I can't really touch it and things like that, because my 15 Pro Max was not affected by this heating issue at all. Neither was it affected by the screen burning issue or whatever issue. This phone was not affected by it at all. That was actually very surprising to me, considering how a lot of the 15 Pro and Pro Max were just affected by it. The 15 Pro that I unboxed, even that had a heating issue, but my 15 Pro Max didn't have. My happiness was short-lived. The update, which was supposed to apparently resolve the heating issue on all the iPhone 15 series, the update, which is the iOS 17.0.3, I updated it, and that is when my heating issue started. It was the opposite way for me. I definitely regret updating it to 17.0.3. Wasn't I expecting this at all, but prior to this update, the only time where I ever had heating issue was when I used the MagSafe battery pack to charge this phone. This was some quick juice on my phone. Even when I was scrolling through even the basic things like messages, or even when I was scrolling through settings or whatever, this phone will just heat up and then I'll get a notification saying that the phone temperature is too hot and battery will start charging once the phone has cooled. So those messages were quite often, but it wasn't so frequent like how it was after the update, which was supposed to fix it. It just ruined things, and now if I have the MagSafe battery pack at the back charging this phone, I am not able to use it at all. The phone will just, after a while, it will just stop charging and you'll see the phone is too hot. I have to just leave it there, just like how I leave it on a cable charger. I cannot use this for convenience sake on the go, just charging and using it at the same time. Just doesn't work for me anymore, especially after this update. Battery life is also very shocking because, as you all know, when I did the battery test, the phone lasted for about 12 and a half hours on the battery test. I did the most real world testing that I can do. I did everything as fast as I can do, but just that the testing that I did just didn't work out in real world because the timing was nowhere near to where I was using it in the real world. It lasted for 12 hours and now I barely get 8 hours, 9 hours, which is also a big thing. For me, I have to charge this phone at least twice a day from low power mode, maybe 20% all the way to 100% for about twice a day. And then that will also be depleted and I have to place the battery pack at the back again or some quick juice before I end my day off. That is how it has been happening for the past 2 weeks, and I'm just really shocked because I really wasn't expecting. I was expecting this to be a really solid phone with a good battery, and I really wasn't expecting this kind of really boost battery. I have to carry around a big power bank just to keep this phone charged up like twice a day, and sometimes even if I'm gaming, it goes up to 3 times a day. 3 times a day is really very common for this phone. And then after that, to end this day off, I get battery pack and I plug it in for till the phone reaches about 50%, so that I can end my day off with a 30% battery. Now let's talk some camera specifications. First, we have the 40 megapixel main camera, and we've got the 12 megapixel wide, and we've got the 12 megapixel wide camera followed by the 12 megapixel 5 times telephoto. These cameras do have a digital zoom of up to 25 times. This phone also has a 12 megapixel front facing camera, which of course has been staying in 12 megapixel for quite some time now, so isn't really much of a difference for us to really talk about. This is a selfie video of me on the iPhone 15 Pro Max front facing camera in HD 30 frames per second. We are now shooting using the 12 megapixel front facing camera. I'm purposely like shaking it and moving it around so that we can actually know if this does not have some optical image stabilization. And of course, this video also serves for us to test out the microphone quality on the 15 Pro Max. I won't know about it till I watch it in the edit. When I edit it later, all of you are watching right now, do leave in the comments below how the microphone quality is on the 15 Pro Max. Of course, you have seen the front facing video that I took to test the microphone. Do leave in the comments below if how the microphone quality was on the 15 Pro Max. I would love to know from all of you. Now let's go on to testing the speaker quality on this phone. So that's the speaker quality on the 15 Pro Max. The speaker quality, I don't have to talk much about it because one of the best ones is the 15 Pro Max, worth buying now for the $2,000 price tag. Because in Singapore it's $1,999. It's a pretty heavy price to pay for just like a starting base model phone. Before buying it, we do really have to consider whether this phone is really worth buying or not. If you ask me, my personal advice to all of you would be, if you have anything higher than the iPhone 13 Pro, I would definitely tell you to hold on from buying. Even if you have the 12 Pro Max, I would definitely tell you to hold on from buying this phone. Because first is the quality issue. For me, thankfully, I'm not having any issue except for the weird battery issue, but other than that, I've not been having any issue. But a lot of people have been facing issues, which is from build quality, be it display burning, be it heating issues, pin not sitting correctly in the titanium frame, a lot of issues. You can just keep on naming them. There's just a whole ton of issues going on. All of us are just prone to getting any deficits on our devices. You may never know if the device that you are buying is going to come with any of the problems that they have mentioned in Twitter and YouTube and everywhere. So you don't do a few $1,000s on a phone just to keep getting it replaced by Apple. And also, if you keep getting it replaced by Apple, I don't know about other places, but in Singapore, if you are using a replacement device, the resale value of the device just plummets down. If you upgrade to the base model 15, I would not recommend it to you, but I would think it's a more of a safer option. And I haven't heard of any issues in the 15 and 15 plus. If you upgrade from the 12 or 11 and you want to upgrade to the 15, you really want to get it, then I really recommend you going for the base models and not for the Pro models. Just stay out from the Pro models for a while, maybe let the issues settle down. But if you really want to get the Pro models, I would still not recommend it. But if you really want to get the Pro models, all I can say is maybe, let's say you're trading in your device and all you have to pay is probably a $200 or $300 max for this phone, then it might be justifiable, but I still definitely won't recommend this phone at all due to all these issues. So that's actually been it for my 2 weeks review on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. If you all have not watched me testing the 15 Pro Max, there's been like 2 or 3 videos that have been out now, including the unboxing videos and stuff like that. So you all can go check it out. This iPhone 15 Pro Max pre-order experience was one of the worst for me. If you want to know what happened in there, again go to my channel and check my iPhone 15 Pro pre-order video. So that's been it for this video. If you liked this video, and leave a comment below on maybe which phone you bought, or if you have any issues on the iPhone 15 Pro Max or the iPhone 15 Pro, do leave it in the comments below. Even on the base models, any issues or anything you want to discuss on the latest iPhones or even the latest Androids, do leave in the comments below so we can discuss. And maybe you might never know. You might just talk about your issue and then there might be another person who might have a solution to this problem. You might never know. So let's just start a healthy discussion in the comment section below. Your thoughts, do pin them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch all of you in the next one. Bye bye.